Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Watches and the Works. I've got my superstar wife over here joining us, guest Ashton. Thank you for coming, babe. Love you.
Do I have a choice?
You have a choice, but she loves supporting the channel, guys. And tonight, we're going to be doing a tasting, a quick review. I think you already know what this bottle is. What's this bottle? What is it? Say it.
It says it on the front.
It says it on the front. Blanton Single Barrel, the original Single Barrel. Colonel Blanton's from Buffalo Trace Distillery. Maybe, arguably, one of the hardest bourbons to find. Everybody's looking for it. I don't know why everybody wants this bottle. Let's go ahead and show them the bottle.
It's the collector's.
It's the, here, pull it up, babe. It's the collector tops. It's the marketing. I think it's the bottle shape. This bourbon in particular has taken off. I remember through a neighbor of ours, the first Blantons that I had ever heard of, tasted probably 2017. And it was 2018, and it was still a hard bottle to find then. I think I only got one bottle during our time in Texas.
Yeah.
One bottle, randomly on like a Tuesday coming home from work. The lady was literally putting them all on the shelf. I grabbed bottle number 2, and by the time I was checking out in line, I looked behind me and every guy there at the store had a bottle, and all 6 of the bottles from that case were sold out.
And I think that's crazy because everywhere I have found Blanton's, they don't even keep it out.
No,
you literally have to go and ask the person.
Yeah.
And then they kind of eye you up and down like,
yeah, you've had some interesting stories.
Am I going to tell you that we have one in the bag or am I not? And so it's so that story about the lady literally putting them out on the shelf, that surprised me.
It was shocking. I wasn't there for it, and my eyes got big real quickly. And
what was the price? What'd you pay for that one?
I think it was the cheapest we've gotten it for. I think I paid around $40 for it.
Really?
Yeah, it was under 50. It was under 50. What have you paid for it?
I pay about 70.
You've paid 70. I think the first bottle you got was less than 70. Or was it both the same?
Where I get it at, I'm not going to say.
You can tell them.
No, I don't want to jinx it because I've been very lucky with this one spot. Shut up. I've been very lucky with this one spot, and every time I go in and ask, they have one bottle left that they go in the back and get me. And it's around, I want to say 70.
And I think you've only asked twice at this location?
At this particular location, both of the times that I've asked, they've had one bottle left in the back.
You're literally batting 1,000.
Yeah, 2 for 2.
This is my Blanton's plug. Don't tell anybody. I'll tell you what. If this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll put...
No. It's not your spot to share.
What?
This is my secret spot.
I've asked there. I've never gotten a bottle.
And exactly. It's not
so I can still say where it's at.
It's not your secret spot because you have not been lucky there. But every time I go there and ask, I get a bottle.
1,000 likes? 1,000 likes. Let's tell them where you've been getting this at. Are you good?
Sure.
Are you good for that? Okay, sure. 1,000 likes. We'll put down in the comments where she's been getting these bottles at in San Diego, very close to MSRP, around $70. You can't beat that. I see this bottle. They want ridiculous prices. I saw it just tonight for $350 for regular Blantons.
I would never pay that much. I would never pay that much. For this bottle, knowing what I can get it at.
You can get it for.
Right.
Is it the best bourbon in the world?
No.
It's not the best. I think it's more the fun in it is the hunt.
That's the appeal, is the hunt for this and the collector's piece, and
so talk about
it's like the Easter egg.
Well, yeah. So talk about the collector's piece, because it's not just about the bottle.
So so every bottle has a horse topper on it, and each horse topper has a certain letter and a stride that the horse is in per that bottle. So like JR already has the L and the A, and they spell out Blanton. So this one's
B to S.
His latest one is a B.
You got me a B bottle.
Yeah.
And I needed a B bottle.
And the A. And I got you the A one.
You got me the A as well. She doesn't want you to forget. She's gotten 2. I've only gotten 1. I think I've asked about 5,000 times.
So this is the B, the L, and the A. And when you collect them all and you line them up, it goes like in a horse's stride. So like the horse is running. So from B, it's a horse. It's at a standstill
in the starting gate for a horse race, right?
Right.
To a S, it's like a full-out sprint, right?
Anyways.
Oh, wow. Thank you. She is correct. She's gotten me 2 bottles. I'm very appreciative of that, babe. Thank you. Love you. All right, let's go ahead and get into the bottle. It's a fresh bottle. We are cracking it for you guys here. Ooh, kicking my butt. Here we go. All right. Yep, let's see if you get a good one. Pretty good. Pretty good.
So now this is B. So we'll put it here in this fancy little tray that JR's mom got him on Etsy. It's particularly for Blanton, so it has the horseshoe where the bottle sits.
But this horseshoe was worn by a horse in the Kentucky Derby.
This horseshoe was worn by a horse
in the Kentucky Derby.
Anyways, so then it has the holes that you can put your pieces. So BLANTONS.
And
we're almost halfway there.
The wood is from a Blanton's barrel.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. All right. I'll just do a little bit. It's good?
Yep.
All right. Back here. Good top pull, by the way. All right, not as strong as the E.H. Taylor small batch.
See,
it's mild.
I think Blanton's smells more like, what would you say, astringent? Is that the word that you used?
I think it's more mellow. Are you talking about ethanol, like the alcohol?
Yeah, I think the Blanton's has a stronger alcohol smell than the E.H. Taylor. The E.H. Taylor, to me, smells extremely sweet.
Okay, yeah.
And the Blanton's, it smells like alcohol.
It's got a little bit of ethanol if you really get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have a lot of ethanol. And I'll be the first one to admit, this isn't going to be like the best bourbon in the world.
I know. But
it's good. It's not bad. Is it amazing?
I like the E.H. Taylor.
You really like the E.H. Taylor, as do I.
More than this.
Oh, that's maybe a separate video. We could do a blind taste test, but
smell alone, yeah.
I think a lot of you would agree that the E.H. Taylor is kind of a higher tier than Blanton's. It's the fun, finding the bottle, the toppers.
It's the hunt.
It's not a bad bourbon. It's still not a bad bourbon. All right, you ready to get into it?
Yeah.
All right, cheers. Love you.
Me too.
It's a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit sharper?
I would say alcohol-y.
It has a lot of that
word,
ethanol,
but you know what I mean?
Taste. It has a lot of that ethanol smell.
Going from tasting E.H. Taylor.
We did just shoot the E.H. Taylor video.
And then to tasting this. I feel like we should have done it.
We should have flipped it. We should have
started out with the Blantons.
Did we go down?
And we did.
We did go down.
So
I'm sorry, Blantons. I still love you.
Yeah.
I do.
Everyone has their preferences.
It has like that ethanol, like that. It's hard to compare because that E.H. Taylor is just, it's so freaking good.
It is, yeah.
It's so good.
Compared to we should have went from...
The surprising thing about that statement is this is at 93 proof. You've got the E.H. Taylor's coming in at 100 proof, so it's a higher proof. It's more alcohol.
So that just shows that that's a very well-made bourbon.
Right.
Because if it's at a higher proof and it smells better, way more smooth than a 90 proof, that's a very well-made bourbon in my opinion. And I have no idea what I'm talking about, so...
I just noticed something very random about this particular bottle. So one of the things that I love about Blanton's is obviously the toppers, the shape of the bottle, the bourbon's good, but they still handwrite a lot of the like characteristics about the bottle on the actual bottle on the label. So like it has the warehouse that it was in, which is Warehouse H. All of you probably already know that. Rick number 1, bottled by hand at 93 proof. These are still handwritten by employees at Buffalo Trace Distillery for Blanton's, right? A very weird date that this particular bourbon in this bottle was dumped from the barrel. What would be a weird date this year or something?
Year?
This particular year, yes, 2022.
The day you commissioned?
This bottle was dumped on my 13-year Navy anniversary and the day that I commissioned as a naval officer.
Are you serious?
Yeah, look at that. That's wild.
Where?
I just noticed that.
And this is the one that I just got you.
You just got me this.
I just got you this one. That's crazy.
And that's crazy, right?
And you just
noticed that, and I've literally looked at this bottle. I've looked at that date, but it never clicked until just now.
Wow.
Hey, you know what? I think the bottle was meant to be. So with that, cheers.
Nice.
To lots of things. Been a good year, and hopefully the year ends on a great note. I mean, we have a lot of stuff coming up in our lives, and a lot to look forward to, a lot to be thankful for. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Cheers.
Cool.
Yeah, it's still a smooth. It's a smooth bourbon.
Yeah.
And I've heard some people rave about this. I've watched a lot of videos online. People who maybe necessarily haven't tried a lot of bourbons, and I'm not claiming that am a bourbon expert by any means, but I've tried a few. I've got my taste buds out there.
Yeah, but I mean everybody's palate is different.
This is still a good bourbon. I would say.
I'm sorry.
This is still a great bourbon. I would say if you could find this around, you're going to say $100 max?
Yeah.
You would pay for it?
Knowing what I can get it at, knowing what I have been getting it at,
yeah,
I would say 100 max.
100 max. I'm gonna still.
The people that are selling it for $300.
Yeah, well, they're crazy.
It's insane.
They're absolutely crazy. I see these bottles, and Blanton's has it has a few other bourbons as well.
Yeah.
The straight from the barrel, the gold, a few international releases, the green label, the black label.
But I'm saying this one.
This particular bottle
has been listed for $300.
I've seen it for $350. I've seen it for $250. I've seen it for $200. You've gotten it for around $70 twice now. Excuse me. I've gotten it for, I want to say it was under $50. It definitely was under $50. You know, keep looking. You're gonna find this bottle. Don't pay too much for it.
If I can give advice, because people who maybe haven't bought this before and are looking for it, just because you don't see it out in the store does not mean that they don't have it.
Exactly.
The place that I get mine, they don't put it out on display.
Well, it's an allocated bottle.
So you have to literally go find somebody that works there and ask them, do you have any of this?
But do you just go straight to them and say, hey, do you have any Blantons? Like, is that what you usually do?
Yeah.
Or is there like a method to the madness? Now, you're a cute blonde, you know, I think maybe that's why she's had better luck than I have, because they're like, look, bro, I'm not selling you my Blantons, okay? They see this foxy lady over here, and of course, they want to sell her a bottle of Blantons. Or you're just batting 1,000.
Have way better luck than you.
Yeah, and I'm not going to complain, because I love having a bottle of Blantons on the shelf. And a bottle will usually last me probably at least 6 months, maybe even up to a year. I had my first bottle for a long time.
Well, yeah, you were.
Did not want to touch it very often.
Yeah, you were babying it.
I was babying it, you know, saving it for if I had, you know, a friend over, family. The second bottle, I think probably around 4 to 6 months.
I feel like that one went quicker.
That one moved quicker. We were, you know, we got out here, friends over a lot, family coming out. So, you know, it's a good bottle to enjoy with, you know, with friends, with family, with company around. And it has stories. I mean, look at all the stories that we have just over 4 or 5 years trying to find a couple bottles, or up to 3.
And that's the appeal to it, is the hunt.
The hunt's everything. And the hunt, and then you see a bottle sitting on the shelf for $1.99. I'm not buying that. I'll pay $80. I may pay $100. I don't think you'd pay $100. I know she says she'd pay $100. I don't think she'd pay $100.
Well, no, like I said in the last video, I would pay $100. Was it in the last video?
I think it was in the last video, yeah.
Anyways, I would pay $100 if I wasn't able to find it at the spot that I go to for a while. You know, if I kept striking out and I was like desperate, like, oh my gosh, need to get one soon, haven't had one in a while, blah, blah, blah. Then if I found one and it was like $100, yes. But right now, no.
Well, the weird thing too is, I think when I finished my last bottle, didn't you find this like a week later? It was like something really weird like that.
No, because you finished the last bottle right before you left for ODS.
Oh, that's right.
And then literally like you had been gone like a couple days, and I had to go to my particular spot for stuff for an event.
Now you're still not going to say what the spot is?
No, and I just happened.
Oh, man. So unfortunately, guys, my camera died while we were filming this Blanton Single Barrel video. So just want to go ahead and say thanks for tuning in this week on another episode of Whiskey Watches and the Works. There you have it, folks. Blanton Single Barrel, Blanton's OG, if you will. Go ahead and give this video a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Push the bell for the notifications for future videos. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.